News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners and Humana. News is also brought to you by Barry Levinson and Associates, Pahrump's Bankruptcy Center. When it comes to important matters like bankruptcy, call an experienced, compassionate attorney. Call the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. Call 775-727-4747. News is also brought to you by Tire Works Total Car Care. Not your typical tire and service company. Guaranteed lowest prices on tires. Your one-stop shop for all automotive needs. Call 775-751-6100 or 702-365-TIRE.
Tonight on News 46, 3 are arrested for burglary and drug possession.
Highway 160 is blocked while Mercy Air lands for an accident victim.
And one woman is ejected when her van crashes in a ditch. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, January 4th, 2012. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. A private medical patient transport vehicle carrying a patient rolled over en route to Pahrump this afternoon on northbound Highway 160 just south of town.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall and Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall and Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
Yeah, we're just right around marker 41's right behind us, just a couple miles south of the county line. Basically, we have a failure to maintain lane. We're not 100% certain yet why that happened. The driver thought something ran in front of her, but it's probably, people get tired. You can think lots of things, but she definitely went off to the left, overcorrected back, and rolled. One was transported by life flight to Las Vegas, and one is going to be taken into the Pahrump Hospital.
And so we're talking once again whether or not the cause, but an overcorrection and losing control of the vehicle.
Yes, it is.
And 2 occupants only of this vehicle?
Yes.
Any ejections, do you know?
I'm not sure about ejections. I haven't got to talk to them. I'm not positive.
Does it appear to be drugs or alcohol involved, or is that further investigation?
Well, we're still looking at it, but it doesn't. On the surface, a preliminary investigation doesn't reveal anything. Just possibly got off the road and overcorrected back at this point.
And then I know that we closed the roadway for Mercy Air to land on scene.
Yes, we had to shut it down for life flight and until we get everything done. We were taking up all the road with the emergency equipment. They did have to do some extrication, so it takes the equipment, the trucks to get up there.
Do you know if one of them was already out of the vehicle when they arrived?
I do not know. I got here after the fact. The fire department was here way ahead of us.
And do you know if we'll be opening up the roadway soon?
Pretty soon. I'm going to check with the other troopers that are on scene. They're back there working with the NDOT to see what we can do, and then we'll coordinate that with the fire department as they're ready to pull out.
And NDOT was on scene very quickly here. Were they working here on scene?
They were working in the area. I'm not certain whether it was just a coincidence they're going by or if they were working something nearby and seeing it. I'm not sure.
Yes, the accident actually occurred south of town on the northbound lanes. It was a single vehicle rollover. Upon our arrival, Medic 5 was actually here within about 30 seconds because they were actually on an interfacility transfer to a Las Vegas-based hospital. They came upon the accident. They completed their investigation, found one person entrapped in the vehicle, and the second was already out. So the original assignment for a motor vehicle accident was upgraded to a rescue assignment. Brought the extrication tools out, did a door pop, and got the patient out. Medically, they required Mercy Air, who then transported him to a trauma center in Vegas.
And the other person was already out of the vehicle. Did they self-extricate or were they ejected? Do you know?
I don't know that answer, only because they were out and about upon our arrival. So we treated them as having some severe injuries, and they were transported local.
I know that we have, I believe, engine 1 here. What else do we have?
You had 3 medic units. The medic unit that was on the interfacility transfer stopped and rendered aid and gave a primary assessment, and then it was followed by 2 additional medic units, myself and the rescue engine.
And just to reiterate, it was a privately owned medical transport vehicle for a patient. And however, a large amount of cash was also located inside the vehicle at the time of the accident. But according to law enforcement, the investigation does not reveal at this point that any illicit activities are involved in this accident.
Well, folks, in a related story, but not exactly related, one woman was ejected from her van last night on Highway 160 in front of Spring Mountain Motorsports. Her 4-year-old daughter was also in the vehicle.
We were dispatched to a report of an accident thought to be a rollover. Actually, what we had was the vehicle left the roadway, went into a drainage ditch or a culvert running alongside the roadway. Appeared to have some sustained speed, had a high impact to the front end. One of the individuals in the vehicle was claimed to have been ejected. As a precautionary measure, due to the injuries we observed, we called Mercy Air. That person was flighted from the scene. Crews then secured the second patient, who was removed to the local hospital, and then assisted NHP with their investigation.
And you were on scene as well, firefighter?
Yes. Yes, I was.
And tell me a little bit about, I know that were you carrying the child that
Yes.
Was also involved in the accident?
Yeah, it was a 4-year-old female. It had some minor scrapes on her from the accident.
And I know that we landed Mercy Air on scene for, I believe it was the mother of this accident. But the car did not, in fact, roll over?
It did not appear to roll over. It appeared to impact the side of the culvert and then turn in a fashion that faced it in the opposite direction in which it was traveling.
Did we have to extradite the child at all, or was the child already outside of the vehicle?
Both occupants were out of the vehicle upon our arrival, and so there was no extrication involved. And an off-duty sheriff's officer was on location, gave us some real good information up front, so allowed us to proceed with the Mercy Air, getting additional resources in.
And the child was treated locally then?
That's our understanding, yes.
Well, unfortunately, the accidents seem to be coming in a group. A minor 2-vehicle accident occurred this morning on Wilson and Lola in front of Desert View Hospital.
Yeah, we got dispatched for a 2-vehicle MVA at Wilson and Lola. 100 of private arrival, found a 2-vehicle, minor damage, no entrapment, and minor injuries.
And is somebody going to be transported from the scene?
I believe they all signed AMA, so no transports.
And I know that we had an engine and medic 1 arrive on scene as well.
Yeah, that's standard for us, MVA. It's medic and engine.
Well, folks, as we head into our first break, we have an update on NCSO Saturation Patrol for New Year's weekend.
And Zach Fuentes gives us an update on your entertainment this week.
We'll have all this and more right after the break, so please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Their healthcare center is now open in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine.
Welcome back to News 46. Deputies arrested 3 suspects on Mesquite for various charges.
Last night, Nye County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a disturbance at 3720 West Mesquite at approximately 6:30. Neighbors in the area were confronting 3 suspects, Chrisma and Lynn Garcia and Brian Bostain, because they believed they had stolen their personal property from within their homes. A search of the residence belonging to the suspects revealed several of the stolen items from the victim's residence. Also during the search, it was located methamphetamine, prescription medication not belonging to the suspects, hypodermic devices, and other drug paraphernalia. Also was located a short-barreled shotgun. It was also identified that Charisma Garcia was a convicted felon prior, adding an additional charge for that. Investigation also revealed that all 3 suspects had used methamphetamine. All 3 suspects were transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center and were booked for the following charges, which includes grand larceny, burglary, possession of a controlled substance under the influence of a controlled substance, conspiracy to commit a crime, possession of methamphetamine, possession of that short-barreled shotgun, habitual criminal and ex-felon in possession of a firearm, as well as possession of a hypodermic device and drug paraphernalia. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
The 9 county sheriffs have released their saturation patrol report for the New Year's weekend, focused on driving under the influence. This program is funded through the Nevada Department of Public Safety Office of Traffic Safety Joining Forces grant and included officers from 9 County Sheriff's Office, Henderson Police Department, and the Nevada Highway Patrol. Many agencies across the state held similar events in a joint effort to keep Nevada roads safe. And we've heard that there's been a lot less deaths this year. We reported on that last night. Results included 3 DUI arrests and citations were issued for 64 traffic violations. 16% of the violations were for no insurance, and 17% were for speeding, and 100% of vehicle occupants were wearing their seatbelts. So good job to you.
Good on you. And only 3 DUIs. That was very good. For New Year's, I'm very impressed.
Pretty good
job, everybody. Folks, on Tuesday, January 10th, the Nevada Department of Transportation and its partners will conduct the first bridge slide in state history. The bridge move is part of the I-15 West Mesquite Interchange project, which is designed to improve connectivity on this stretch of the interstate.
The project features accelerated bridge construction, a technology used to speed the process of replacing old bridges. It shaves 6 months off the normal construction time for a bridge. The bridge slide is expected to save Mesquite residents and commuters $12.7 million in time and fuel cost. As part of the project, new I-15 bridges are being built on temporary foundations adjacent to the current bridges. Each existing bridge will be demolished, and the new bridges will be slid into place using hydraulic jacks, Teflon rails, and liquid dish soap for lubrication. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And while the entire process, including demolition, will take 56 hours for each bridge, during which time I-15 traffic will be diverted via on and off ramps. And by using ABC technology, I-15 traffic will be able to flow in both directions throughout the project, greatly reducing any traffic delays.
All right. Well, you may have heard this evening or felt it. There have been quite a few what we would call sonic booms, at least we can film up here on the hill, in the last hour. We are checking into what is causing that, and so far nobody has any information for us. However, we're speculating it may be mining 6 to 15 miles away. We will have more for you on that hopefully tomorrow.
I just thought it was because I was really hungry.
Oh.
Well, folks, here's Zach Fuentes with a look at what's going on in entertainment this week.
This week we've heard about a few engagements such as Michael Jordan and Steven Tyler's, but the most interesting and most talked about engagement right now is that of superstar soul singer Aretha Franklin. The Queen of Soul is engaged to be married to her longtime friend and confidant William Willie Wilkerson, whom she has been linked to since at least 1987. 69-year-old Franklin is planning on tying the knot in Miami Beach this summer. The singer has been married twice before, so hopefully the third time will be the charm. And just to clear things up, she jokingly commented that she is not pregnant. Well, last week, Melanie Amaro won the first season of the U.S. version of The X Factor, winning the $5 million prize, which is the biggest prize in television history. But where did she go from there? It was announced Tuesday that 19-year-old singer was signed to Epic Records and has producers lining up to work with her. In addition to hearing new and original tracks from Amaro, we can also expect to see her in a Pepsi commercial that will air during this year's Super Bowl. Well, whether or not you are a Star Wars fan, you can immediately identify the lightsaber with the film series. The man who staged the lightsaber battle scenes in Star Wars films The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi has passed away. His name was Bob Anderson, and he was an Olympic fencer. Anderson died peacefully on New Year's Day in England at 89 years old. Even though he may be remembered most for his work on the Star Wars films, he also did work for many other films, including the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Pirates of the Caribbean, the 1998 remake of The Parent Trap, and many, many more. An interesting note, he was actually the one doing Darth Vader's lightsaber fighting scenes in the above-said Star Wars films. Well, when thinking of a knight, usually what comes to mind is a man in a suit of armor or something of the sort, but definitely not actress Salma Hayek. Hayek will be inducted into the National Order of the Legion of Honor with the title of Knight by the French government. The actress was chosen by the French president himself to receive the award, which she is expected to accept sometime in the next 2 months. The award was created to honor outstanding military and civilian conduct. Now, some of you may be wondering what connection other than film exposure she has to France. Well, since 2009, Hayek has been married to French billionaire François-Henri Pinault. I'm Zach Fuentes, and that was your entertainment this week and my attempt at a French accent.
Well, everyone wishes they had a friend to fix their computer for them when problems arise, and they will arise. But if you need someone to call, Let's Talk Graphics might be the right call for you.
Computer repair and graphics, database development, website development, IT work, and also information security.
Let's Talk Graphics is kind of popular out here in Pahrump. People can call you for all these different types of things. Is this your own business?
This is my own business, yes. I live here locally. I've been living in Pahrump for about 11 years. I've been in business for about 3 years and have a number of clients around the town here. I try to keep my business local.
Tell me some of the things that people would be calling you for. What's a common phone call?
My computer doesn't work anymore. It was working fine last night, but went to turn it on this morning and no power. Or I need a website for my business, or I need a database to track information.
What does typically a service call cost?
It depends on the amount of time that I have to put into it, but a diagnostic fees, the amount it would take for me to come out, look at the computer or the problem, and make a decision as to the ultimate resolution to it is $45.
What about upgrades?
Upgrades, absolutely. If a person wants to upgrade their computer, video card, hard drive, operating system, any number of items that can be done to upgrade a computer, I will do that.
Would people call you to evaluate what type of computer they should purchase and to see what would best fit them?
Absolutely, yeah. I do receive those calls quite often. Somebody that has a 3 or 4 year old computer wants to replace it, wants to know, hey, is this salvageable at all, or do I need to go with something completely new? Mm-hmm.
And tell me a little bit about, do you go to their home? Do they bring you their computers? Do you have a location?
Actually, great question. I actually do go to the client location. It's best to see their environment firsthand. That way I can make a determination as to what kind of computers they might need, or if they have a network. Obviously I wouldn't be able to duplicate the network, and if there's network problems, I need to be on site.
What's the graphic portion about? Tell me a little bit about that.
The whole business actually started 3 years ago as just strictly website development, but because I have 25 years experience with computers doing just about everything possibly imaginable, there are a lot of people out here that have computers that need to have computer repair jobs. So I've just added that to the list of things that I do.
So how can a person contact you?
By phone or by email. By phone, it's area code 775, of course, 513-1402. And if by email, Shane@letstalkgraphics.
Well, folks, we haven't had any snow just yet, and we looks like we lost that chance of rain we had sitting around the corner. But that doesn't mean the weather is anything if it's not consistent. So we're going to check in with Zach Fuentes after the break and see what holds our 7-day forecast in the future.
News 46 Weather is brought to you by Healthcare Partners Medical Group, with 5 locations in Pahrump, local doctors and professional staff providing total care from infancy to seniors. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org. News 46 Weather is also brought to you by Humana.
And welcome back, everybody. Zach here once again with your weather. Today we had sunny skies. It was a very nice day out there. We had 71 for our high. Winds were coming out of the east-southeast at 2 miles per hour, and our gusts were up to 5 miles per hour. So we had a little bit of a breeze coming in. It was just an overall great day. Pressure was holding steady at 30.43, and our UV index was at 3 moderate, so that actually went up a little bit. Humidity was at 17%, and our sunrise was at 6:56 a.m. Today's record was 68 degrees back in 2007, and it looks like today we just set a new record. Tonight, it looks like we're going to have clear skies. Our low is going to be 32 degrees. Winds are going to come out of the northeast at 3 miles per hour. Our gusts are going to be at up to 5 miles per hour, and our humidity is going to be at 34%. The sunset was at 4:42 p.m., and tonight's record was 14 degrees back in 1970. Tomorrow, the sunny skies are going to come back. Our high is going to go down a little bit, though, at 68, not too bad. The low is going to be 31 degrees, and the winds are going to come out of the south at 3 miles per hour. Gusts are going to remain at 5 miles per hour, and our UV index is going to remain at 3 moderate, and it might stay that way for a little bit. Sunrise is going to be at 6:56 a.m., and the humidity looks like it's going to be at 21%. And now taking a look at the 7-day forecast. For the most part, it's going to be sunny except for the weekend. We're going to have a 20% chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday, it looks like at this point. So we'll keep our eye on that. Hopefully our first weekend of the new year doesn't bring us some rain, but we'll see. Our highest high at this point, other than today, was 69 degrees on Friday. And our lowest low so far is going to be 27 degrees, I believe. So you want to keep your pipes wrapped and remember your 5 P's of Pahrump still, even though it is getting warmer in the day. And today's worst weather was in Moosehead, where it was very, very cold. And luckily, we didn't have that here. Back to you.
Well, thank you very, very much, Zach. And so it looks like maybe, if it comes in just the right time of night, we might actually see some snowfall.
20%.
That's right.
Chance.
You never know.
But there's 80% chance nothing's going to happen. Well, the public is invited tonight from 5 to 8 p.m. to Pahrump Valley High School for their open house. Do you know if that's going to be on the new, they're going to show any of the new section?
I think that's the idea.
Ooh, that would be very cool. Yeah. All right, so, oh yeah, it says right there. Come see the new school. Woo, I'm blonde. Okay.
And folks, this weekend is Shadow Mountain Feed's low-cost shot clinic from 9 to 2 p.m. So,
and that is really good. I mean, it's a great way to get your shots for your pets, and it's very inexpensive. So make sure you go down there. 9 to 2 p.m. Shadow Mountain Feed.
And the community assessment report is in a presentation which will be made January 17th at the Pahrump Nugget from 6 to 8 p.m. And the public is, of course, invited to attend. So
very good. All right.
All right, folks. Well, I think it's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
And from everyone up here on the hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night.